Do-Rag Wisdom here, folks, and welcome to Earth Date Y2K 18.10.25. We are just 12 days out, and the right-wing double-think hypocrisy goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to deny the fact that if I ever saw Bitch McDumbell or Ted Crud or any of these Republicans like Kevin McCarthy or these other creeps in a restaurant, I certainly would feel a desire, and maybe I'm the type of person, I'm angry enough that I would confront them. Not violently, but I would confront them. Especially McDumbell for what he's done to our country, the prevarication, all these made-up stories about why he didn't accept the appointment of Merrick Garland. All of these things. I mean, I'm angry about what they're doing to our country, what they're trying to do. I mean, look, if you're a right-winger or you're conservative and you don't want to have an abortion or whatever it is, fine. That's up to you. I'm not denying you your right to not have something. But you have no right to deny other people the right to have what they need for their lives. And that's the problem with the world we live in. We have too many people around here who want to push their agenda down everybody's throats. Yes, I would confront the McDumbells because of what they are doing. And why not? Every single moment that they live during the day, they are trying to F us all up, our whole lives, everything about the way we think. Whether or not we want to observe religious stuff, a woman's right to choose, all of this stuff, environmental rights. I do not want a Taliban, a Christian Taliban, an Islamic Taliban, a Jewish Taliban, any kind of religious Taliban running my life or my country. So yes, I would confront these people, but not violently. And what are they doing? The Trumpist slime are ramping up their double-thinking hypocrisy in these last days before the most important election of our country's life. They accuse us, on the left, of being a left-wing violent mob. If you didn't read 1984 as much as I do, then you're not going to understand what's going on here. They're using this doublethink, this revision of history, which is part and parcel of the Ingsoc agenda in that novel. They accuse us, the left wing, of being a violent mob when it is the other way around. Now check out those Trumpenstuppen rallies where people actually got hurt and where the terrorist traitor Trump encourages violence against journalists. And I remember the people that got hurt at these rallies. I remember this black man who was elbowed by this cowboy hat wearing scumbag prick. I remember this black woman that was surrounded by all these white people and they were shoving her until they get it out of there. Shoving her! If anybody's violent around here, it's them. Hey, there was one senator who said, yeah, he understands how Trump behaves because Trump is from New York. You know how they behave in New York. Well, there's stereotypes about how they behave in other parts of the country too, like down south. Oh, I'm on my best behavior when I go down south, ladies and gentlemen, because as soon as I walk into something southern, I suddenly hear and then someone's whispering over there, we better make him squeal like a pig. See, we all have stereotypes that downgrade us. And believe me, when I walk into a southern town, and I've been there, and I've enjoyed hanging out with those people, they've been very nice when I've been around there, but I know to behave my northern mouth down there, otherwise I could end up being pluke up the duty. Check out the terrorist traitor Trump's support for violent, repressive dictatorships around the world. Talk about violence. Check out also the ramming down, again I'm saying, of our throats of values alien to most of us. Like denying a woman the right to choose, the rights of workers to organize, the rights of citizens of this country to have a pristine environment, not poisoned by oil, gas, lead. Let's not forget that these Trumpist traitors want us to be without universal medical insurance, without our social safety net, including Social Security, because they got to pay for the deficit that they've created. Got to remember that when the Democrats are trying to spend money on programs, these creeps come up and say, oh, the deficit, the deficit. But when they want to give money to the rich, suddenly there's no deficit. Doublethink all the way. The revision of history all the way. If there is any violence being expressed, if there is any horrific draconian policies down the pike, you can be sure it is coming from the Trumpists. They went absolutely nuts when we nominated our first black president. And knowing that our country is becoming more and more diverse, these traitorous Trumpist creeps are fearfully clinging to their white nationalist rhetoric, as if this country was never of color, that never owned by North, Central, and South American native peoples. 1984 principles such as doublethink and the revision of history are part of the terrorist Trumpist traitor playbook. There are no more buyer's remorse Trump voters. This terrorist Trump cancer has been in our lives for over 2 years, including the time this pernicious creep was running for office. The 30 or so % of those registered voters who support traitorous, terrorist Trump, no matter what, are scum. That's right, scum. Because they are no longer truly ignorant about the kind of creep this terrorist traitor Trump is. In fact, they revel in his poison. Yet, I have one compliment for these right-wing terrorist traitor Trumpists. These people who vote for him no matter what. They get out and vote! Consistently and uniformly for their candidates without question or equivocation. And if our side, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, does not come up with equal consistency in our voting, the traitor terrorists will win, then up will be down, lies will be truth, and 2 + 2 will equal 5. And this creep, this malignant tumor, this terrorist traitor Trump will have permission to actually begin shooting people on Fifth Avenue. But he won't do that himself. He is too cowardly for that. He will allow his violent, double-thinking followers to do that. Especially those who send bombs in the mail to Democrats. And by the way, right-wing assholes, if anyone from the right wing is watching this, it is the Democratic Party, not the Democrat Party.